Kim Impossible, Perry the Platypus, these kids, and this guy from Lilo and Stitch. What do they all have in common? They're secret agents. What's more fun and cool than going on secret missions, kicking some butt, and explosions? Growing up, I collected all the latest and greatest spy gear. I know.
That was cool.
All my training as a kid is paid off because I am the new James Bond. The second game of this series is James Bond 007. I'm just kidding. 007 Quantum of Solace. Before starting, in preparation for this game, I 3D printed a Wii gun I found on Thingiverse. I'll include a link in the description if you want to check it out. When you are 3D printing, you usually add supports so the model prints properly. However, in my case, I think the supports interfered with the build because the trigger, it doesn't work. Sorry, plastic junk, I'm throwing you away. I found another design that didn't look as cool, but it works. With my Wii gun locked and loaded, I was ready to play the game. Although, I will note, pressing the A button is a vile part of attacking enemies in the game. When I was playing, I had to set down my nunchuck to press the A button in a timely fashion. For most of the game, I played without the gun attachment because it was just easier. Not as cool, but easier. This game is based on the 2006 film Casino Royale and the 2008 film Quantum of Solace. I've watched neither of these movies, and frankly, I don't plan to. There's a story mode and a multiplayer mode you can choose to play. First, I'll be taking a deep dive into the story mode, so spoiler alert, if you don't want the plot ruined, now's your chance to hop off this video. But come on, if you haven't played this game in 17 years, I doubt you will now. Unless you're just as crazy as me trying to play every Wii game A to Z in 2025. Let's get into it. This man, known as Mr. White, is shot in the back of the leg by James Bond. Then Mr. Bond drags his body, interrogating him. A little bit harsh if you ask me. But he's interrupted when Mr. White's agents start shooting at him, and Mr. White escapes. Bond then trespasses into Mr. White's house, hacks into his computer system for information, which triggers a bomb to explode. Even under these foggy conditions, we somehow manage to escape the house and take down Agent Craig, flying away in a helicopter. After a cool spy cutscene intro, we find ourselves in the safe house and begin chasing Mitchell through the Ninja Turtles sewer and jumping across buildings, similar to the scene in Kung Fu Panda. Instead of capturing Mitchell for information, we knock him off the edge with a pipe, and he plummets to his death. We then travel to Australia to spy on Green at the Opera House. Part of this quest is to snipe enemies in the arena, which felt and reminded me of the app Sniper Shooter, but a worse version. After failing multiple times to escape, we crash into Bolivia, where Green is trying to purchase land. We annihilated rivals with a turret. You just knock them down like they're bowling pins. We also shot down another helicopter. Dang, how many helicopters does this game have? After murdering a bunch of people, we meet Camille, who is seeking revenge against General Medrano, who's trying to overthrow the government. Why is she seeking for revenge? Because he killed her family.
We have to stop Medrano!
Bond shares with Camille the story of all the events that took place during the Casino Royale. We are taken through a flashback of events during the Casino Royale. Chased this guy through Madagascar, killed this guy at the Miami Science Center, saved this guy at the Miami International Airport, and we attempted to kill a guy at the train mission, but then we ran into a small problem. The game wouldn't allow me to turn the screen. I tried letting enemies kill me, restarting the chapter, and even going back to the main menu, but it kept putting me in the exact same spot. Perhaps restarting the entire chapter instead of the checkpoint would have fixed it. I'll revisit this later in the video. Having watched some gameplay videos other YouTubers have posted, here's the rest of the story. We met this guy, saved this guy from this guy, then confronted this guy, and then this guy died. You see how I'm really great with names? Then we are brought back into the present day. Camille and James made it to the hotel in the middle of the desert. Green and Madredo are conversing about the land Green is interested in buying. He will pay him money to support him overthrowing the government in exchange for land. Bond and Camille break up the meeting. Camille kills Madredo while Bond kills Green. While this fight goes on, the hotel's fuel cells are ignited, but Bond and Camille escape the building before it explodes and fly off in a helicopter. Okay, enough about the story, let's talk about the multiplayer mode. It has up to a 4-player split screen for offline, if you got friends, that is, and an online option is available, if we were still in 2008. There are 4 game types to choose from. Since I didn't have any friends readily available, I played against myself. And let me tell you, it was difficult. That guy is a sweat. I mean, look at those mad skills. IGN gave this game a 7.2 out of 10. Let's compare that to my rating of the game. Game functionality. Oh boy, where do I even start? The controls stink.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Moving and trying to aim a gun at the same time gave me a nauseous feeling I get when playing a crappy designed first-person VR shooting game. I even turned on beginner assist mode for aiming and selected the easiest mode for the story, and I was struggling. I put it on the babiest of baby modes. Why is this so difficult? The Z button is supposed to auto-lock on enemies, but it still doesn't lock on them correctly. This function is slightly better when you hide with A and then aim, but I think it's easier to attack them and attempt to knock them out rather than shooting them with terrible aiming controls. The jumping mechanism in this game is a joke. If you accidentally hold it too long, you will crouch instead of jumping, and in some cases this is detrimental. You will die if you don't jump and have to start from the last checkpoint. Specifically, an example that pissed me off the most in this game was during the train mission. You had to jump to the other train cart, and it's nearly impossible. I had to keep going over and playing it over and over and over again. Why couldn't the developers add a press C option like they did when Bond is jumping across ledges or other objects? Unless you're playing a platformer game like Mario or Crash Bandicoot, my most difficult moments in this game shouldn't be jumping. And that's why I'm giving this game a 0 out of 3 for game functionality. Player experience. I want to play this game. Not this game. No, but honestly, besides the controls sucking, I had fun. I really wanted to continue the story if the game didn't break on me. The missions I was able to stand still and shoot were more enjoyable. It was fun to use the Wii motion control as a gun. The game included some cool action scenes that enhanced the James Bond experience. That's why I'm rating the player experience a 2 out of 3. Replayability. I cannot imagine wanting to play the story mode again. While there are other difficulties available, I can't imagine anyone liking this game that much. They wanted to relive the experience on a more difficult level. As a 25-year-old who struggled to complete it even on the lowest difficulty, I cannot envision a 7-year-old succeeding on the hardest 007 setting. Maybe I'm just bad at video games. I could see the multiplayer mode being fun with a friend. It's close, but I'm being generous and I'm giving this game a 2 out of 3 for replayability. Moving on to the Barks bonus point, I am awarding 1 bonus point for this playable character. I like his glasses. That brings the grand total to 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, see you later, alligator.